Hello, my dear friends. So we are a new YouTube channel that are doing MCQ series for the latest exam, that is IFFCO AGT, and we will be doing last 7 days most expected MCQs of this exam, and all those questions that I have framed are from the previous year questions point of view. Okay, so all of it will be very important for you. All we are asking is to subscribe the channel, and neither we are selling any courses nor we are trying to promote anything. We just want to um, um, reach out to you with a quality content so that you can get benefited at the last. Okay, so do subscribe the channel and try to take this as a mock test for IFFCO AGT. Okay, we will be uploading two sessions daily uploaded, right? And yeah, so let's start it. Okay, so let's start with the first question. The first question is, which crop is most suitable for relay cropping in rice fallows of eastern India? So relay cropping के लिए कौन सी क्रॉप जो है सबसे suitable होती है with rice, especially in eastern India? Options are maize, chickpea, sunflower and mustard. The correct answer is option number B, chickpea. Okay. So after rice is harvested from fields with residual soil moisture, relay cropping of grass pea and lentil is practiced. However, chickpea is also done. Okay. So इसमें क्या होता है कि सपोज दिस इज अ फील्ड एंड इसमें राइस लगाई गई है, एंड आफ्टर द हार्वेस्ट ऑफ राइस इन रेसिड्यूज को वैसे ही छोड़ दिया जाता है, राइस के रेसिड्यूज को. उसके बाद नेक्स्ट क्रॉप उसी में लगा दी जाती है. वन ऑफ देम इज चिकपी. और जो रेसिडुअल मॉइस्चर बचता है उस पे ही ये ग्रो करती है. ओके, सो मॉइस्चर के लिए भी स्ट्रेस नहीं होता एंड सॉइल मॉइस्चर रिटेंशन मेंटेन रहता है. शॉर्ट ड्यूरेशन क्रॉप्स जनरली इसमें यूज़ किए जाते हैं. प्रोमिनेंटली जो है पल्सेस, मिलेट्स, ऑयल सीड्स और कुछ फाइबर क्रॉप्स भी यूज़ किए जाते हैं. ओके, सो वन ऑफ देम इज चिकपी. ऑप्शन नंबर बी इज द राइट आंसर. Now question number 2 says, which of the following irrigation methods is best suited for saline soils? Now saline soils के लिए irrigation method कौन सा best होता है? For that you must know the properties of saline soils. Saline soils में क्या क्या properties होती है? Mainly हमें तीन चीज़ें याद रखनी है. एक तो इसका इलेक्ट्रिकल कंडक्टिविटी मोर देन 4 होती है, 4 डेसीसीमन पर मीटर जो है इसकी यूनिट. एंड देन इसका जो एक्सचेंजेबल सोडियम परसेंटेज है, दिस इज ऑल्सो लेस देन 15. एंड अनदर थिंग इज द pH in saline soils is generally less than 8.5. And another important thing that you can remember is कि saline soils को white alkali soils भी कहा जाता है. Why? Because these soils, their surface crust of white salts get deposited, and that's why they are called as white alkali soils. And the right answer for this question is surface irrigation. So saline soils के reclamation के लिए generally use होती है, right? And this is one of the most expected questions for IFFCO AGT this year. So reclamation के लिए use होती है surface and subsurface both. Okay, surface and subsurface. Why? बिकॉज उससे क्या होता है कि जो एक्सेस है वो रन ऑफ हो जाता है, जो एक्सेस सॉल्ट्स है वो रन ऑफ हो जाता है, एक्सेस सॉल्ट रन ऑफ. एंड अनदर थिंग इज दैट इट हेल्प्स टू लोअर द WT. नाउ व्हाट इज WT? इट्स वाटर टेबल. ओके, सो उसके लिए सरफेस एंड सब सरफेस ड्रेनेज जनरली यूज की जाती है सैलाइन सॉइल्स के रिक्लेमेशन के लिए. ओके, सो ऑप्शन नंबर ए इज द राइट आंसर. Now question number 3 says, the concept of economic threshold level was given by. Economic threshold level जो है ये term किसने दिया था? Options are Stern et al, Metcalfe, Pedigo, Debach. The right option is Stern et al. So option number A is the right answer. Which pest is known as the dead heart causing pest of sorghum? सॉर्गम में कौन सी पेस्ट जो है दैट कॉजेज द डेड हार्ट? ऑप्शंस आर पिंक बोलवर्म, शूट फ्लाई, स्टेम बोरर एंड एफिड। द राइट आंसर इज स्टेम बोरर। कुछ हद तक शूट फ्लाई भी करती है बट मेनली जो करती है वो स्टेम बोरर करती है। व्हाट डज डेड हार्ट मीन्स? डेड हार्ट रेफर्स टू ड्राइंग अप ऑफ द सेंट्रल टिलर। सेंट्रल टिलर जब सूख जाता है ड्यू टू द इन्फेक्शन ऑफ द पेस्ट दैट इज कॉल्ड एज डेड हार्ट। स्टेम बोरर इसका जो साइंटिफिक नेम है दैट इज काइलोपार्टेलस। एंड ये शूट फ्लाई जो है सॉर्गम की, द साइंटिफिक नेम इज एथेरिगोना सोकाटा। And pink bollworm, no, this is not the pest of sorghum. And talking about aphid, so this is also not an important pest of sugarcane. So ये दोनों important pest है, दोनों ही red heart cause करते हैं but mainly stem borer जो है ये cause करता है. Okay, so option number C is the right answer. Now moving on to question number 5, the which growth regulator is commonly used to induce parthenocarpy in grapes? ग्रेप्स में पार्थिनोकार्पी इंड्यूस करने के लिए कौन सी ग्रोथ रेगुलेटर यूज की जाती है? द राइट आंसर इज जिब्रेलिक एसिड। GA3 जो है ये मेनली इम्प्रूव की जाती है, यूज की जाती है टू इंड्यूस पार्थिनोकार्पी इन ग्रेप्स। ओके, जिससे क्या होता है कि सीडलेस बेरीज हमें मिलती हैं ग्रेप्स की, बिकॉज वी नो दैट ग्रेप का फ्रूट टाइप क्या होता है, बेरी होता है। और GA3 अप्लाई करने से पार्थिनोकार्पी इंड्यूस होता है जिससे कि हमें सीडलेस बेरी मिलता है, राइट और इससे उसकी क्वालिटी इंप्रूव होती है, राइट। सो ऑप्शन नंबर ए इज द राइट आंसर। Now question number 6 is saying which fruit is known for having polyembryonic nature? So कौन से fruit का polyembryonic nature होता है? For that you have to know what is polyembryony. So polyembryony जो होता है this refers to the growth of more than one embryo. Okay, more than one embryo from single ovary. सिंगल ओवरी से जब मोर देन वन एम्ब्रायो ग्रो होती है दैट इज मेनली कॉल्ड एज पॉली एम्ब्रायोनी। आइडेंटिकल ट्विंस जो है वो एक टाइप की पॉली एम्ब्रायोनी हम कह सकते हैं। प्लांट्स एनिमल्स ये बोथ में ही होती है, राइट। नाउ इफ यू टॉक अबाउट द पॉली एम्ब्रायोनी इन फ्रूट्स, सो सम ऑफ द एग्जांपल्स ऑफ पॉली एम्ब्रायोनिक फ्रूट इज सिट्रस, जैसे ऑरेंजेस हो गए, लेमन्स हो गए, देन मैंगो, देन जामुन या जामुन कह सकते हैं, ओके, राइट। So these are some of the main examples of polyembryonic fruits. So the right answer here is mango. इसमें जो है न्यूसेलस के डिवीजन की वजह से जो है वो एडिशनल एम्ब्रियोज क्रिएट हो जाते हैं, ओके। न्यूसेलस के डिवीजन से एडिशनल एम्ब्रियोज क्रिएट हो जाते हैं, दैट्स व्हाई मैंगो इज एन एग्जांपल ऑफ पॉलीएम्ब्रायोनिक। नाउ टेट्राजोलियम टेस्ट इज यूज्ड फॉर चेकिंग। टेट्राजोलियम टेस्ट को हम क्या चीज़ चेक करने के लिए यूज़ करते हैं? मॉइस्चर कंटेंट, सीड प्योरिटी, सीड वायबिलिटी एंड सीड डोमेंसी। द राइट आंसर इज सीड वायबिलिटी। सो टेट्राजोलियम टेस्ट जो है ये एक रैपिड मेथड होती है जिससे सीड की वायबिलिटी टेस्ट की जाती है, राइट। इससे सीड के जो सीड डैमेज है उसका एक्सटेंट का पता चलता है, सीड विगोर का पता चलता है एंड अदर सीड लॉट प्रॉब्लम्स के बारे में भी पता चलता है, ओके। सो सीड वायबल है या नहीं वो इसी से पता चलती है, टेट्राजोलियम टेस्ट से। ऑप्शन सी इज द राइट आंसर। नाउ क्वेश्चन नंबर 8, द मिनिमम सीड सर्टिफिकेशन स्टैंडर्ड्स फॉर फाउंडेशन सीड ऑफ वीट। तो वीट का जो फाउंडेशन सीड है उसके लिए मिनिमम सीड सर्टिफिकेशन स्टैंडर्ड्स के हिसाब से आई थिंक जेनेटिक प्योरिटी की बात की जा रही है। जेनेटिक प्योरिटी, ओके, आई माइट हैव मिस्ड दिस टर्म इन द क्वेश्चन, पार्डन मी फॉर दैट। बट आपको बताना है कि वीट के फाउंडेशन सीड में जेनेटिक प्योरिटी कितनी होनी चाहिए। द राइट आंसर हियर इन दिस क्वेश्चन इज 99%। सो लेट मी जस्ट राइट इट हियर। फाउंडेशन सीड के लिए जो होती है वो 99% होती है, सर्टिफाइड सीड के लिए 98 या फिर उससे कम, 95 से 98 की रेंज में होती है। एंड इसके ऊपर जो ब्रीडर सीड होता है या न्यूक्लियर सीड उसका तो 100% ही होता है, ओके। सो आई होप यू रिमेंबर दिस। ये जेनेटिक प्योरिटी ऑफ ब्रीडर सीड, दिस एंड दिस आर ऑफ सर्टिफाइड सीड्स, ओके। दैट डिपेंड्स, सर्टिफाइड सीड में भी अब क्या है, वो हाइब्रिड है, कॉम्पोजिट है, सिंथेटिक है, उस पर डिपेंड करता है. Now the next question is loose smut of wheat is controlled effectively by. Loose smut of wheat को effectively कैसे control किया जा सकता है? Options are roguing, seed treatment with systemic fungicide, crop rotation and use of resistant varieties. So अब आप जब भी लूज स्मट सुनेंगे तो आपके दिमाग में जो पहली चीज़ आनी चाहिए दैट इज उस्टिलागो ट्रिटिसी, जो कि इसकी कॉजल ऑर्गेनिज्म है. इट इज़ अ फंगस. ओके. एंड हाउ डज इट इन्फेक्ट्स, जो गेहूं की जो बालियां हैं उसमें ब्लैक कलर का स्मट दिखाई देगा. ओके, पूरा ब्लैक ब्लैक स्मट हो जाता है. सो दैट इज हाउ यू नो दैट इट हैज़ बीन इन्फेक्टेड. Okay, so black teliospores will be visible all over the flowering bodies. And how do we control it? If it has already happened, then we apply Vitavax. Okay, so yeah, तो ये तीनों आपको you must remember, right? Loose mud, you can remember it by this mnemonic I'm going to tell you. So three things: Ostilago, Teliospores, and Vitavax. So T, U, and V. Okay, T, U, and V. These are alphabetical orders in alphabetical order also. So you can remember it with loose smut. And the effective way to control is कि before sowing we'll apply seed treatment with the systemic fungicide. So then there will be no question of developing any further loose smut. Okay, so option number B is the right answer. Now question number 10 is saying which disease is caused by Phytophthora infestans. This is a very easy question. Late blight of potato, downy mildew of bajra, early blight of tomato, blast of rice. So obviously late blight of potato, as most of you might have guessed it correctly, it is caused by Phytophthora infestans. And this also caused the Great Famine of 1840. जिस समय बहुत millions of people died of hunger due to the Great Famine in 1840s. Okay, so yeah, and now can you tell me that what causes downy mildew of bajra? It is caused by just Sclerospora graminicola. So Sclerospora graminicola is the causal agent of downy mildew in bajra. Okay, then early blight of tomato is caused by Alternaria solani. Okay, and blast of rice, so this is caused by Magna Portha oryzae. Magna Portha oryzae, previously आपने इसकी नाम सुनी होगी as Pyricularia oryzae. Okay, so the name has changed now. It's called as Magna Portha oryzae. So let me repeat it again. Late blight is caused by Phytophthora infestans. Downy mildew of bajra is caused by Sclerospora graminicola. Early blight of tomato is caused by Alternaria solani, and blast of rice is caused by Magna Portha oryzae. Now question number 11 is saying which of these is correct sequence of stages in innovation decision process. So innovation decision process में जो stage है वो ये this is a question of extension. Okay, and it's very important from knowledge dissemination point of view. So let's look into the options: knowledge, persuasion, decision, implementation, and confirmation. Decision, knowledge, persuasion, then confirmation, and at the end implementation. Knowledge, decision, persuasion, implementation, then confirmation, or persuasion, knowledge, implementation, confirmation, and decision. So all these terms are very correlated and very closely related also, right? So it's very difficult to guess. I'll just tell you one mnemonic to remember it. It's KPDIC. Okay, so by this mnemonic you can remember it. So the right option here is the first option itself: knowledge, persuasion, decision, implementation, and confirmation. So it's very logical step that the individual first becomes aware of the innovation and learns about its features, which comes under knowledge. Then the individual forms an attitude towards the innovation. It may be positive or negative about after learning more about it. It comes under persuasion. Then individuals make choice to adopt or reject the decision, right? It is the decision stage, and then the individual use the innovation. If they have adopted it, then they do implementation, and after they do implementation it get confirms. If they do not implement, then also it confirms that they are not going to use it, because they give feedback and reinforce their decision. Okay, so option number A is the right answer. Which of the following is not a kharif crop? This is the next question. Okay, so the options are paddy, moong, barley, cotton. So खरीफ क्रॉप का क्या है टाइम पीरियड? इट इज सोन इन जून जुलाई, it is as it is along with the monsoon season. Okay, so kharif crop is sown in June to July, and it is harvested during September to October, that is during the autumn season. Okay, and what about the rabi crops are sown just after the time period of harvesting of kharif crop, that is October November to, let's say, February March, yani ki that the time of the spring. Okay, so you can write it spring here. So it is sown during the winter to spring. ये याद रखने का एक ट्रिक है. It's monsoon to winter, and this is winter to spring. Okay, rabi crops. Paddy is one of the basic example of kharif crop. Moong is also an example of kharif crop. Barley is an example of rabi crop, and cotton is again an example of kharif crop. Okay, so option number C is the right answer, barley. Wheat is also example of rabi crop. Okay, soybean is example of kharif crop. Now, which of the following is a C4 plant? Options are wheat, rice, maize, barley. Okay, so the right option for this question is option number C. Maize is the only C4 plant here. Rest all of these are C3 plants. Okay, because this follows the hatch and slack pathway, also called as the C4 cycle. And one main difference between C4 and C3 cycle is the C3 plants have 3 PGA or 3 phosphoglyceric acid as the first stable product of the C3 cycle, whereas in C4 it is oxaloacetic acid. Okay, so this is one of the main difference. Option number C is the right answer. Now question number 14 says, which cropping system helps reduce pest incidence and improves soil fertility? So which of the following cropping system reduces pest incidence and improves soil fertility? Options are monocropping. So this will definitely be incorrect, because it will never improve soil fertility. If we keep on growing a single crop again and again, it will ultimately lose the particular nutrients that are being used by that certain crop. Then relay cropping, okay, we have doubts about it, let's see it later. Intercropping, again we have doubt. And mixed cropping, again we have doubt about it. Okay, so in relay cropping, what happens that before the harvesting of a single crop, before, suppose this at this point it's harvested, and we have to uh, sow the next crop before the harvesting of the first crop. This is what relay cropping means. Intercropping means the row wise arrangement. This is first crop, this is second crop, this is again first crop, this is second crop. So in a row wise arrangement, intercropping is done. And mixed cropping is haphazardly. Suppose here is the one of the plants of first crop, here second first, like this, very haphazard. Just broadcasting, you can say that two crops have been broadcasted in the field, wherever whatever is growing. Okay, so mixed cropping does not infer pest incidence reduction and soil fertility also. Relay cropping also does not guarantee a pest incidence reduction. Intercropping to some extent does. Okay, it improves soil fertility and it reduces pest incidence also, because suppose if we grow here in the first row we grow some trap crop. Okay, trap crop, we know trap crop, what it does, it traps the pests. And this is our second crop, and this second crop is saved by this first row, so it reduces the pest incidence on this second crop. So that's how intercropping can reduce pest incidence as well as it can improve soil fertility also. So option number C is the right answer for this question. Now the last question for today is, which herbicide is selective and used for controlling broadleaf weeds in wheat? Okay, so wheat is not broadleaf, it's narrow-leafed. Okay, and which herbicide is selective and it particularly kills the broadleaf weeds? Options are 2,4-D, atrazine, paraquat, and glyphosate. So you must know that paraquat and diquat, these are absolutely non-selective. Glyphosate is also non-selective. Okay, this kills glyphosate kills uh, all the crops or plants that comes in contact. So does paraquat and diquat. Talking about atrazine, this is also non-selective. Okay, 2,4-D is the selective one that kills broadleaves only. So option number A is the right answer. Okay, so that's all for today. We will continue this series till the IFFCO AGT prelims, and then we will start increasing the levels after the prelims so that you can get ready up for the mains. And till then, if you like the video, if you like the questions, just like the session and drop your feedback on the comment section. Thank you for watching.